From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm David Forrest reporting. More protests in Baltimore. Another large protest march is underway in Baltimore, but police anticipate it will be peaceful. The crowd is marching from a train station to City Hall to protest alleged police mistreatment of blacks. Demonstrations are also reported in New York and Washington. The United Nations says it is beginning to distribute food and medicine in the area near the epicenter of Saturday's earthquake in Nepal. The World Food Programme's efforts around Gorkha came as Nepalese officials pledged improvements in their distribution of aid. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on Wednesday expressed what he called deep repentance over Japan's role in World War II.
Our actions brought suffering to the peoples in Asian countries.
Mr. Abe's speech to the U.S. Congress came as both countries marked the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. The government of Niger says nearly 300 girls and women are now free from Boko Haram captivity. Chris Stein takes a look.
The identities of 200 girls and 93 women the Nigerian military says it rescued from Boko Haram in the Sambisa forest on Tuesday remain unknown. As part of its 6-year insurgency, Boko Haram has kidnapped hundreds of people in northeastern Nigeria and neighboring Cameroon. Its most infamous mass kidnapping was in the town of Chibok, when the militants kidnapped 219 schoolgirls last year. Military spokesmen have been unclear on whether the girls rescued Tuesday are or are not from the town. Chris Stein for VOA News, Lagos.
Meanwhile, the government says 46 soldiers and 28 civilians were killed over the weekend when troops battled militants for control of an island in Lake Chad. This is VOA News. U.S. economic growth slowed sharply in the first 3 months of this year. The report from the Commerce Department says the gross domestic product expanded at an annual rate of just 0.2%. Economists blame the slowdown on unusually foul winter weather and a strike that stopped shipping in the usually busy U.S. West Coast ports. As a result of those statistics, the U.S. Central Bank says top Federal Reserve officials are voting to keep its key interest rate steady at a record low level where it has been since the financial crisis of 2008. Iran's foreign minister says a nuclear agreement between his country and the 6 leading nations he's negotiating with is an opportunity that should not be missed. He spoke at New York University on Wednesday, as we hear from Margaret Bashir.
The Iranian foreign minister was upbeat about the framework deal reached in Switzerland on April 2nd, which will limit Iran's nuclear program but lift international sanctions. He said the parties will be working nonstop to reach a final agreement by June 30th, and that Iran is committed to the process.
It's a good agreement. It's not a perfect agreement. It's not perfect for us. It's not perfect for the United States. It's not perfect for our European Union partners, but it's the best we can get.
The Iranian diplomat said his government is willing to implement the additional protocol of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in order to help bolster international confidence. Margaret Bashir, VOA News, New York.
Authorities confirm that Indonesia has executed 8 convicted drug traffickers, including 7 foreigners. The inmates were executed by firing squad. Attorney General Muhammad Prasetyo defended the move as necessary to save the nation from the danger of drugs. South Korea's spy agency says North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, has ordered the execution of 15 senior leaders this year. Seoul spy officials provided that information to lawmakers during a private session of Parliament Wednesday. According to a lawmaker, one of the executed officials was said to be a vice minister for forestry who was killed after complaining about Mr. Kim's forestation plan. Saudi Arabia's King Salman bin Abdulaziz reshuffled a number of top posts Wednesday, including naming his nephew, Prince Mohammed bin Nayef, as the new crown prince. The new heir apparent replaces the king's half-brother Mukrin, who had just been named crown prince in January when King Salman took power upon the death of King Abdullah. Election authorities in Togo have declared incumbent President Faure Gnassingbé the provisional winner of Saturday's election. That continues his family's long-standing hold on power in that country. From the VOA News Center in Washington, I'm Dave DeForest.
That's the latest world news from VOA.